we go. Wait, take.
He's got Ben Troupe at the 15, at the 10, hurdles a man, spins to the 5. Oh my, still on his feet, still pounding to the goal line. He's gonna score!
What's up, y'all? It's no weddings in the fall. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. We even got Ben back here in the back cutting up your turkeys. All right, let's get it started. Let's welcome in the main carver of the evening, Ben Troupe. Welcome into the studio.
Listen, you send over. Listen, you sending over the images every week, and I'm used to seeing. And usually I've been looking at your fantasy. I'm like, is that Saquon? Is that Justin Jefferson? So then when you send it over this week, I'm like, wait. I said, what we got? You know, and what I loved about this, it's like, you know. My lady, she's like, that ain't your hands. Just move. Like, you know, just let me. Your hand's bigger than that. What are you talking about? But no, I loved it. I think for me, just seeing these different images every week, man, like the way you come up with them, that stuff is funny, man. And when I saw, I'm sitting there, I'm like, look at this. And then she saw me standing. She was like this. She was like, she said, you didn't tell me you used to. I said, listen, what you mean I didn't tell you? One of my favorite movies on Netflix is called The Harder They Fall with Idris Elba. You got a whole bunch of black cowboys. I say, hey, man, I'm a cowboy. Let's do it.
She's like, you didn't tell me you was a pilgrim back.
That's what I'm saying. She said, wait a minute. She said, you used to be in the arts? Used to be in plays? No. Oh. Because as soon as I say I was, she gonna go tell one of her friends, yeah, you know, my husband used to be in a play. I said, no, I played football. I wasn't on plays. Stop the nonsense.
Good stuff. All right. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Let's get things started. Do us a solid. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit the like, notification bell, all that good stuff. Throw your comments in. We appreciate you. Little things stopping you from doing it. Big things popping for us when you do. So we appreciate that. Go to Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code Troupe. We'll double that deposit up to $100. And of course, if you're looking for some championship bling for your fantasy champion, look no further than Pro-Am belts. All right, I'm actually excited to hear this, but we're going to talk about what happened last week. We're going to start out in college, and I know someone else is excited. Let's go. All right, I threw it up first because I mean, literally, we talked about this game. I know we talked about upset alerts, and here it came, 24-17. The Gators over Ole Miss. I'm gonna shut up. Do your thing.
When I tell you this game, I mean, I don't know how many years came off my life just going back and forth with it. The DJ Lagway effect is real. The young man that started 4 games, he's won 4 games. I think what he does is his confidence resonates. I'm gonna say this respectfully. What Cam Ward means to Miami is what DJ Lagway means to Florida. They are not the same player. Cam Ward has earned every distinction that he's earned on all these award lists with the college football awards coming up. But you know how it is, Commissioner. When I got a quarterback that's just better than your quarterback, it's gonna give me confidence. Defense, play calling, special teams, but Jackson Dart, quarterback for Ole Miss. Here's what he did that he shouldn't have done. You threw a pick to the left side. It wasn't a pick, so you come right back to the right side and throw another pick. Lane Kiffin knew it was going to be some trouble when he wasn't being his regular self. He wasn't jovial. He wasn't like being his regular self. He was saying, I hope it ain't how the Swamp used to be. Well, all you got to do is give a team that's trying to find its way life. And listen, it was rocking. Major Wright, Major Wright, for those of you who don't know, just go to Florida versus Oklahoma in the national championship game. The safety that just killed that receiver on the sideline, that's Major Wright. He was Mr. Two-Bitch that game. Ole Miss has this tradition of dunking basketballs on the sideline when they make big plays. So here's the thing. You ever heard of the term take your ball and go home? We took their hoop and they ball, and we sent him home. Princely, Manlian, former defensive end or outside linebacker from Florida. This boy left the stadium. But here's what's peculiar about him leaving. He didn't leave and go to the locker room. He's walking up there with the fans. And, the fans going to be heckling him, talking trash. And there's a video of him acting like he was going to try to fight the fans. And then he comes back and says, I wasn't going to fight the fans. Yes, the hell you was. You're going to get the hell beat out you, too. Because you can't beat up 30 people. You can beat up one. But they're going to bite you and everything else. And you still going to get in trouble. I'm just saying, Princely, we miss you. We love you. But you picked the wrong squad. Shout out to Florida for getting bowl eligible. They said we had to win 2 out of the last 3 to get bowl eligible. Well, told LSU and Brian Kelly, that's your 3rd loss. You're not going to the college football playoff. Told Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss, 3rd loss, not going to the college football playoff. What would Ole Miss know about going to Atlanta? Nothing. Outside of just going to see the sights, they don't know nothing about going up there to the SEC. But shout out to my Gators, man. I mean, I think when you've had the season they had, but I said this, and I'm a commissioner. This is what I said before the season. If people laughed, it's fine. I said Florida has the hardest schedule in the country. If they go 7-5, that's potentially SEC Coach of the Year or Coach of the Year type stuff. And people laugh. Kirk Herbstreit said, dang, man, if they go 7-5, Miami going to the ACC Championship game has 1 loss. Georgia going to the SEC Championship game has 2 losses. Lost to Texas and Texas A&M. They're playing each other to see who's going to the SEC Championship game. And Tennessee has 2 losses. They will be going to the college football playoff. So you're telling me we played the potential ACC champ, SEC champ, and everybody else got a shot to make the college football playoff? That's who we lost to. What did Kentucky say? Oh, that's right, can't hear him. Oh, what did LSU say? Ole Miss say? Oh, Mississippi State, please be quiet. UCF, y'all never be a part of the Big 3. That's not happening. Sorry, Gus Malzahn. But shout out to my Gators getting it done. I mean, like I said, it just feels good for them youngins to go out there, exercise some demons, because in the world of social media, Commissioner, you cannot hide unless you just don't got a social media. Then that just make you a freaking alien if you this age group and you don't have. But I think and Billy Napier, man, crying after the game, showing some love. Hey, man, Billy Napier, I don't want to hear nothing about no extensions now. It's 2 games now. Let's not do that. Let's not Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones that thing. We ain't doing that. But it did feel good to get a big win. Got a 12 o'clock game. But shout out to my Gators, man. Bowl eligible, 6-5. Got a chance to go 7-5. But we'll talk about them boys from Tallahassee on another day.
Yeah, so I'm like, obviously Florida and Ole Miss wasn't on TV, not for any reason. But, I was just watching other stuff, other games. And, man, when that popped up, boy, that was the first text. I was the first person I thought it was you. I was like, oh, my God, they did it. So congratulations to you, Gators. Big win for them. Like you said, bowl eligible, so we'll see coming up. All right, let's move on to Penn State. Barely scraping by Minnesota, 26-25. What do you think about this one?
John Franklin is lucky. John Franklin, head coach of Penn State, right? This is the thing about John Franklin. Good. He's a good coach, never a great coach because he can't beat Ohio State. Good coaches can beat Michigan State. They can beat Michigan. But great coach can beat Ohio State. And that's going to be the thing about John Franklin. Until he does something, he does the unthinkable. John Franklin is a very, outgoing type coach. But after Ohio State, he don't want to talk. Get them cameras out my face. Okay, cool. But Minnesota is always going to pose a problem. They're the Golden Gophers. I mean, come on. I mean, if you see a golden gopher in your backyard, I'm just saying, run. That is not a squirrel. I'm just saying. I think they got there in Minnesota. But I was still impressed with Penn State for getting the win because if this is a back-in-the-day Penn State team, they're going to lose this game. They're going to say, oh, we ain't beating Ohio State. We're probably not going to the Big Ten, championship game, whatever. But the college football playoff got teams playing for something different, Commissioner, because I might not get I might not be my conference champion, but I can still get a chance to play for the national championship. So they still got 1 loss. They still chugging along. I think they made this game way too close for my comfort, but that's Penn State. Listen, Penn State has the most bland color scheme in football. All white with blue numbers. They got the white. Who has all white helmets anymore? Nobody. That's the first ever helmet. We call them in football. We call them virgin helmets. They call virgin helmets. It's just pure. It's white. You know what I'm saying? But Hey, but they did get the win. I got to give credit when credit is due. John Franklin is still one of the best coaches in college football. But Commissioner, you know how it is. He can't escape the fact that say, yeah, you good as long as you ain't playing them boys from Columbus. You good. So they got the big win, and hey, he keeping his college football playoff hopes alive. I think they right now they're ranking like the top 5, top 10 in the college football playoff rankings. So shout out to them Nittany Lions.
Yeah, man, big win. I was just a little surprised by the score. I was like, "Woo, they barely scraped by that one." Let's talk about a big upset, and well, it's not a big upset, but the way it played out anyway. And I'm proud to pat myself in the back because when we talk about upset alert, this is the one I called out: Oklahoma 24, Alabama 3. What'd you think about this one?
Listen, so basically, Oklahoma went up to Alabama. They grabbed them, they picked them up so they couldn't run. They took a little paddle, and they were just, I mean, this was what you know the thing about Alabama, Commissioner. I don't know if you do this. Every time Alabama's losing, everybody has this. Oh, they'll come back. They'll find a way to win. They'll find a way to win. They'll find like when they lost to Vanderbilt. Oh, they're gonna find a way to win. They're gonna find a way to win. This was not even close. I don't know what was wrong with Jalen Milroe. Like Jalen, what's wrong with you? This was one of those things that they're gonna try to say, well, Oklahoma, they're gonna have to get a big win on their resume with Coach Venable. Not that. That wasn't even a game. 34-3. That's a beat down. I don't care if it's Pop Warner, middle school, high school, NAIA, Ivy League, your church's Christian League. You got whooped. And they always give Alabama the benefit of the doubt when they lose. No, they lost. They got beat. I don't know how that's going to play out as far as like the college football playoff ranking. But Coach Venable's head coach of Oklahoma, he needed something good at this point in the season because the season hasn't gone the way he wanted. I still think they're going to be a contender moving forward in the SEC. But for one Saturday, Oklahoma had to remind people, we still Oklahoma now. Do not get it twisted. And that's probably what's frustrating if you are a Sooners fan. You can look like that against Alabama and lay an egg against other teams that ain't got no business beating you. That's the confusing part. You look good when nobody expects you to look good, and you look bad when you're supposed to look good. So hey, but shout out to the Sooners. Listen, if I'm Coach Venables, when I see Coach DeBoer next year, they probably not gonna be at the SEC meetings at the same time. Because I just look at them like, hey man, y'all need to get it together down there in Tuscaloosa. What the hell going on with y'all? But yeah, 34-3, Oklahoma, enjoy it. Because guess what? Alabama gonna remember that Oklahoma. Enjoy it now. Because that get back is gonna get ugly. So just enjoy it right now. Shout out to them Sooners.
I wasn't even thinking about that. Ooh, that could be some big get back on that one. All right, let's move on to the NFL. And so I'm gonna start out with a game where, listen, we've been talking about Houston all season long being that team we were expecting a lot of, and but then they showed flashes of what we thought they were. But then this week, Titans, one of the worst offenses in the league, at the Texans, 32-27. I mean, I was literally shocked, honestly. What'd you think of this one?
I'm gonna call Houston something that don't nobody want to say. Houston is fraudulent right now. They really, really are. As much as I want my Titans to get a win, I didn't think it was gonna be Houston. Because the thing about it, I know no matter what, it's always gonna be this. Tennessee is the real Houston because we were the original Houston Oilers, and then we became the Tennessee Titans. Shout out to the McNair family and all these different things. Bud Adams and them, the McNair family. I'm sorry, that would be for the current Houston Texans. What's wrong with C.J. Stroud? Let me tell you why I say C.J. Stroud. People say, "What are you talking about?" The Houston Texans defense sacked Will Levis 7 times in the first half. They sacked him 7 times. And you lost. You know who really exposed Houston? Detroit. Jared Goff threw for all them picks, and they still beat him. See, to me, DeMeco Ryans, we kept saying he was ahead of schedule. And you said it to me, you said, look, now, they're going to win the division, but what's the use of being good in a bad division? This division is bad. Top to bottom. Jacksonville, not going to the playoff. Doug Peterson probably going to get fired. Will Levis don't even know how. They had victory Monday. Will Levis like, what the hell is that? We win? We get a victory Monday? What is that? Yeah. And then the Colts, they got Anthony Richardson, who Anthony Richardson going to have to decide, do he want to play quarterback and not be Superman? But Houston, really? Like, really? Because now, Commissioner, here's the thing. You start saying, dude, how good are we, man? Like, you know how like your family gonna say all the right stuff because you know you're gonna pay for the food, you gonna buy the flights. And then when they leave, they go, are they lying to me? And CJ Stroud lady like, yeah, they lying to you. CJ Stroud, listen, not to get in your business. But I saw a video of you going to your car and Amber Rose was getting in your car with you. Listen to me, boy. I ain't telling you, I'm not giving relationship advice. But I'm just saying, I don't know how long you've been hollering at her. That's your business. Like, take a picture and go on with your life, man. You got a lot of life ahead of you. I'm just saying. She only date famous men. Just saying. Not in your business. Not in your business.
I didn't hear that. I mean, I stay out of that stuff, but I agree with you. I was like, bro, like, know what you get into here now. Come on now.
Now, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, that's different. I mean, that's called common sense right there. Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, that's big money right there. So yeah. So one thing I just want to touch on real quick. My biggest surprise in this one was not CJ Stroud. It was the Titans, the way they shut down Joe Mixon, and vice versa. Tony Pollard, 119 yards and a TD on a defense that was topsies and run defense. So that's what surprised me so much about the matchup. And something, to look for going forward for the Texans anyway. All right, let's go to a game that I didn't think we were even going to talk about. But the last 4 or 5 minutes, whatever it was in this ball game, was so crazy. Cowboys at Commanders. Cowboys win 34-26, and one of the craziest finishes I think I've ever seen in an NFL game. What do you think? What do you think of that one?
It was nuts. Cooper Rush is like, wait a minute. We're going to win this game? Yes, Cooper. We're going to win it. I mean, Turpin is I ain't never seen them. And listen, I've seen Josh Cribbs. I've seen Devin Hester. I've seen Dante Hall. I've seen, Pac-Man Jones. I don't know if he got ankles. They kicked it to him. He took a tucker step to the right. As soon as he turned, as soon as he turned and went back to the left, that kicker went, oh. Why? Because I'm finna run right at you. And I think listen, Jaden Daniels, number one, he's still playing well. But this is what should be nerve-wracking if you are a Commanders fan or a player. First 9 games of the season, y'all 7-2, man. Last 3 games, y'all 0-3. See, and the Eagles are going this way. Y'all kind of leveling out. And no matter what you say, I know Zach Ertz is saying, "Hey man, we blessed to be in this position. Well, you still got a lot of football left, man." And Jaden Daniels. I know people don't want to hear this. Jaden Daniels was the front runner for Rookie of the Year. You better talk to Bo Nix. Bo Nix is coming, and that's crazy to say. And I think you know what it is though, Commissioner. Jaden Daniels, he has some highlight reel type plays. These 60-yard touchdown Hail Marys. Bo Nix just gets dubs. It ain't gonna be pretty, but we're gonna get them dubs. So Jerry Jones, number one, man. Why we got to see Jerry Jones every game? I mean, I'm serious. Like, all right, bro, he finna walk downstairs and people can't say nothing to him. His son, Stephen Jones, behind him, looking like a deer in the headlights. I mean, he can't even say, "Daddy, don't talk to me." What, you only got a job because you my son. You the president that don't get to say nothing, do anything. But Michael Parsons played, had an okay game. But I give a lot of credit to the Dallas Cowboys because they ain't just folded in, tuck it and fold up, and they played hard. And I think for the Commanders, I think Dallas told the Commanders, listen, but I mean, we know y'all got Jaden Daniels, Scary Terry Lauren, we know y'all got some players. To us, y'all the Commanders now. Listen, look, we respect y'all. But y'all the Commanders, all right? And I heard some rumblings that they're trying to go back to the Redskins. I heard they're trying to do those types. I don't know what the hell a Commander is. They should have just stayed the Washington football team. What is a Commander?
I love it. I called him FT. It's perfect.
You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the Dallas for showing why. Look, we still professionals. They still pay us to play football. And I know everybody thought, "Hey, Jaden Daniels, we finna get this dub." Not so fast, my friend. And if you've never been to FedEx Field, it is huge. It looks like a college. The FedEx Field is huge. But shout out to them Dallas Cowboys, man, for getting the win. You know, no Stephen A. Smith laughing meme on Sunday.
That turban return was probably one of the smoothest things I've ever seen. I was sitting there watching it. I'm like, what's this dude doing? Like, what are you doing? And then when he made that spin, I was like, oh my God. Like, wow, that was nuts. And then the Terry McLaurin down the sideline. I mean, what? That was the craziest ending to a football game. It's pretty good stuff, though. Good job to the Cowboys. And I agree with you 100% on the Commanders. They've definitely taken a step back. It's almost like their defense has actually improved and their offense is kind of dwindling back a little bit. So
Kingsbury, don't do that. Don't do the Kyler Murray thing. Everybody was saying he's the quarterback guru and all this. I said, well, is it him or is it Jaden? Well, I don't know, because Jaden is magical, but we'll see, man. Because like you say, it's going to be much ado about nothing if them guys end up not making the playoffs and not even making a wild card. Because the Eagles, I don't see nobody beating them in that division.
Yeah, they're not winning that division, but they could definitely. I could see them coming out on a wild card spot for sure. Speaking of teams that are destined for wild cards, the Vikings, only because Detroit's so damn good, at the Bears, they pull it out 30-27 in OT. Before you go on, I just wanted to say, I feel like the Vikings are kind of like the Commanders, where they have also taken a step back and struggled against teams they really shouldn't have had to struggle with. They luckily got this one, but what'd you think of this matchup?
Caleb Williams played a lot better, didn't get the win. I think, with him now, it's going to be all eyes on him every single week. I don't think his head coach is going to be there after this season. He's going to have to get a quarterback coach there that can really help him with his skill set, even though he does have a tremendous upside. Minnesota is finding a way to win ugly. Like, there are going to be games that Justin Jefferson is not going to put up numbers. Like, he didn't put up big numbers, but they won the game. Now, But what's dangerous about Minnesota is Jordan Addison, he is nasty good. He's a number 2, right? I mean, once again, Minnesota has a running back. What's it, Aaron Jones? He used to play for Green Bay. Hand him the ball. Why are we making life so tough for these quarterbacks? Quarterbacks don't want to be – I don't want to be 27 or 38. I don't want to throw the ball 38 times. I want to throw the ball 30 times, 25 times. But they did get the win. I think Minnesota is really, really saying, look, okay, this division, we ain't worrying about the Bears, right? We gotta stay close to the Packers and hope to God we go to church the week before we play the freaking Lions, because Lions, boy, they disrespectful the way they play. They just the Lions have officially run through the whole AFC South like a hot knife in soft butter. They did 4-0, but I am impressed with Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold understands that he's not gonna be the guy, and I see they recently just signed Daniel Jones. He's a Viking, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I think the thing I always judge good teams on winning ugly games and beating bad teams. And Chicago's not a good team right now. Minnesota made it a lot harder than they should, but they did get the win. Because could you imagine what we'll be saying right now if they lost to Chicago? There used to be a time Chicago ran that division. Not anymore. Not as of late.
Yeah, like I said, Vikings been struggling a little bit lately. Although they're getting victories, they're not looking as sharp as they should. Yep. And that's problematic when you're in an arms race with the Lions. And the Daniel Jones thing, I'm like thinking in my head, like, bro. Like, if I'm a Justin Jefferson fantasy owner, I'm like, please, Sam Darnold, don't get hurt, because look what happened with Malik Neighbors. Everyone was like, oh, Malik Neighbors, and I was like, yeah, well, look who's throwing him the football, and look what's happening. So, at the end of the day, like you said, Sam Darnold knows that this is not his job in the future, because JJ McCarthy is waiting in the wings.
Oh, yeah.
But this could be a little magical season for him, like a Baker Mayfield-esque, where he could maybe kickstart somewhere else. But, we'll see. Let's go to the Eagles at the Rams, 37-20. Saquon doing Saquon. That's all we need to say on this matchup. 37-20. Eagles are red hot right now. What you think of this one?
Saquon, I don't know how many teams this Sunday he had more yards from scrimmage than certain teams had total offense. Saquon Barkley, for people, and you said it, you said a shot at Deb, you said on the blonde list, people saying things like, I didn't know Saquon was this good. What? You ain't been watching for what? Saquon Barkley was the second overall pick. I get so sick of people saying things like, well, man, the Giants say he ain't have nothing left in the tank. He's 27 years old. Saquon Barkley is a cheat code. And there are players that, there are certain running backs. When you see him, you say, oh, that guy can do anything. Like LaDainian Tomlinson, he could do anything he wanted on the football field. Right? When Christian McCaffrey is healthy, he can do anything he wanted to, on a football field. Right? Certain running backs Saquon Barkley can do anything. Like anything. I mean, you know how hard it is to run 60 yards on the field with other professional athletes, and they're nowhere in the screen? He did it like 2 or 3 times. And it's so effortless. Do you see people catching him? Nope, you see him pulling away. Right? Daniel Jones, who they picked over him, is no longer a Giant. He's a Viking. Anyway, I ain't even gonna talk about the Giants. That good teams are good teams because you pay and feature your best players. That's why you win. A.J. Brown, who usually put up big numbers, says, hey, man, that guy that different. And guess what? A.J. Brown played with Derrick Henry. So he know how Derrick Henry is. He said, look, I love D. Henry. That's my homie. That guy that's different, man. That guy that is different. So it's a Saquon Barkley show. Them DB, listen, people don't talk trash to Saquon because they know at any given touchdown, over with, done. When all I got to do is hand the ball off and get out the way, hey, man, could you imagine if Jason Kelce still played for? I don't even know who the center is. I don't even know who the O-line is, but guess what? They get it done. Get the ball to Saquon and move out the way. So shout out to Saquon, just adding to his legacy. And once again, all he wanted was his money at New York. Mm. We're gonna let you, hey Saquon, we're gonna let you hit free agency. He like this. All right. You think somebody gonna pick him up? Duh. Yeah. Stevie Wonder would have picked up Saquon. I want Saquon. Good run, Saquon. Where is he at? He's over there. I'm just saying. Make the easy decision. Shout out to me.
I just want to say shout out to Deb. We were just talking about this. Saquon, first and foremost, needs to be in the MVP conversation. Yes. Just like I said, Derrick Henry needs to be in the MVP. I'm done talking about these quarterbacks because I'm letting y'all know like there's been a little shift while y'all been watching, and everyone's been all on this high half pass heavy stuff. The running backs have been what's showing improve. So remember they were debating all about the money and stuff. Well, I bet they're gonna be no debate no more. So let's talk about real quick Saquon stats. 2018, 1,300 yards. 2019, 1,000 yards. In 2020, he only played in 2 games, so it doesn't really matter. He got 34 yards. Obviously, injury-plagued year for him there. 2021, coming back from his injury, he only played in 13 games, 593 yards. Now, healthy in 2022 on the same Giants that we know are garbage, 1,312 yards. I'm not even looking at his passing stats. I'm just bringing up what he's ran anyway. And then 962, but we know the offense struggled in the Giants last year. He's already at 1,392 with 11 games. That's crazy. So put him up for MVP, and let's quit talking about, oh, this is Saquon. Look, the bottom line is what's cool about what's going on with Saquon is he finally is on a good team.
Yes.
That's all there is to it. He's got a good team. Not only the offensive line, but he's got a quarterback that can pose a threat versus it's like, let's just stack the boxes. We know Dan Jones ain't doing nothing on us. So that's real simple, but let's stop the narrative that all of a sudden Saquon's got a pep in his step and all of that. Just shut the hell up. He's just on a good team now. That's it. It's the same dude. Got the same happiness. I see the same smile. He just on a better team, period. So, geez, oh, please, with this nonsense. I hear it every week, too, and it makes me like, it's almost like these like announcers, like they watch each other's games and like, oh, yeah, let me bring up how Saquon has a pep in his step. Like, you got nothing new, bro. It's the same thing. We already heard it, and that's not true. All right, let's move on. My bad. Let's go to the last one of last week. Ravens at the Chargers. This is a great game. Ended up, well, not as good, but what'd you think of this matchup?
Harbaugh Bowl 2024 edition. They got the thing about the Ravens that they started. I mean, at first, they was down like 10-0. I'm like, what's going on with the Ravens? But they woke up, started handing the ball to Derrick Henry. I think he ended up with like 140 yards rushing. They spread the ball around. Zay Flowers. If you haven't noticed, if you give him the ball in space, he can make things happen. Lamar Jackson did some Lamar Jackson type things, and I think the thing about the Chargers is they got potential, but they're not gonna beat anybody good. They're gonna beat some teams. They're gonna show a lot of competitors. They're not gonna beat nobody. That's like meet the talent threshold. And I just think that when I watch Justin Herbert, I like his game. He's a good player. He is a good player. He's not gonna be in the MVP conversations, right? And he has Joey Bosa on defense, right? He has this bum named Khalil Mack, right? He got Denzel Perryman at linebacker. He got Asante Samuels Jr. He got listen to these names, all pros, right? I think Joey Bosa is the all-time leading sack getter in Chargers history. But their coach is weird now. The Harbaughs are good coaches. It was a good game. I just think that the Chargers are the other team in LA because the Rams have already won the Super Bowl. They said that stadium is gorgeous. Now those units was nice. Them all blues, they was nasty. But if the Ravens defense don't play no better than that, they're not gonna go that far in the playoffs. I know that's down the line, but shout out to Lamar Jackson for, listen, man, when he pulled back and put that ass on his chest, he's gonna be hard to stop. But once again, when you hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, people don't want to tackle him. They don't want to do it. That's 6'3", 250 coming at you. No, man. I'm going straight to the legs. Beautiful.
Not that it matters in this game, but now it's getting colder, and it's like almost want to say Derrick Henry season, because now that's when I feel like that's when you really can take off. Because look, the bottom line is, like you said, now I'm not as big as a cornerback and have taken a bunch of hits in the NFL. But just imagine myself in that type of environment. Yeah, of course. If I see that coming at me and it's cold as hell out, like, hell no, I don't want none of that. So, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you out there on the Isle of Commissioner, and all of a sudden you like, why can I hear nothing? Can y'all hear me? And you say, wait a minute, is Derrick Henry running at me? Okay. That's what y'all. This is what everybody come to see. I'm finna blow. If I go low and I don't make the tackle, boom. I'm not finna go high, get ran over. Nope.
If he hurdles me, it's all good, bro.
Yeah. Live to play another play.
It's it, absolutely. All right. Well, that was what we watched last week. Let's talk about what we watched this week. All right, so this week, now it's the end of the college football regular season, so I believe we got all the champion stuffs next week. So it wasn't a lot of huge marquee games. There was a couple good ones, though. So let's go number 3, Texas versus number 20, Texas A&M. Who wins this and why?
Texas only has one loss. Texas A&M just has a hiccup last week against Auburn. And, Hugh Freeze gets 4 overtimes and they beat them. But you got old Big 12 foes. They used to play each other all the time since Texas A&M came over to the SEC. I would love for Texas A&M to win this game just to let Texas know, hey man, y'all gonna still earn it the hard ways. Steve Sarkisian and Ewers and Arch Manning and those guys. Now the more talented team is Texas, but Texas A&M was like, hey man, this is supposed to be a rebuilding year. Somebody forgot to tell us that. No Jimbo Fisher, no problem. Coach Elko came in and then, got their resurgence there only because of this. The Texas Longhorns baseball coach left Texas to go to Texas A&M. Yeah, this is no nonsense. Not that it matters for this game. I would love to see Texas A&M get the big win just so Texas fans can start saying things like, well, at least we get to go to the college. Because I think if Texas loses, that's their second loss. They still go to the college football playoff because they only got 2 losses. But I don't want to see no law. I don't want to see a whole bunch of burnt on. As a person that lives in the outskirts of Atlanta, I don't want to see a whole bunch of burnt orange downtown Atlanta. I already got to see the dogs down there. And if you're looking for, people say, hey man, where would I find the dogs fans at? Just go to a Walmart. They're gonna be all in the parking lot. Never out. All red overalls on, barking at each other, eating like spam sandwiches, high-fiving. They can be there. Yeah, no problem. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. But I do hope Texas probably won't come out with a dub, but I would love to see, the Aggies get a big dub.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's it's the same thing. I want to see Texas A&M pull off the upset, but I just don't see it happening. And it's funny you brought up that burnt orange uniform. I'll be honest with you. Every time I see that, I'm just like, ugh. And I don't know why. It's just when I see it, I'm just
think about it. Both UTs, one got burnt orange, one got sherbet or baby throw up orange. Either way, ain't anybody trying to see that. Anybody trying to see that.
Ain't nobody trying to see it, indeed. All right, so this one here I brought up because it's one of the biggest rivalries in sports, but I don't know if it's going to lead up to that. But it's Michigan at number 2, Ohio State. So I'd ask you who wins and why, but probably know who's going to win it, but just talk about it.
I would listen, when Harbaugh finally won the last 2 years of his tenure, he was there like 9-10 years and won twice. Ryan Day, head coach of Ohio State, he's nervous because he better win this game because he hasn't won in a while. It's been like 2 years since he's won, right? They're trying to get back to what they used to be, being the, running the Big Ten and all these different things, but it's probably going to be because everybody thought that, Indiana, which we knew, Indiana was not going to beat Ohio State. Like, let's calm down. Let's just pump the brakes. But I do think it's going to be a good game, but I don't trust either quarterback in this matchup, but I do think Ohio State comes out with the big win. And it is, when I was in college, I used to try to downplay it, but they call it the game. It is one of the best games. It is one of the best games in college football as far as rivalries go, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. So even like I said, even though I know what the whooping is going to be like, I'm at least going to put it on for a little bit and see. You never know. Give it a chance. See what happens. Any given Saturday, as we say. Well, here's the one I thought at least would be a good contest. Number 15, South Carolina versus number 12, Clemson. All right, who wins this one and why?
As much as I want to pick Clemson, Dabo Swinney been talking a little trash. He said, if I say it right, he said USC is in California, which they are. They're the Trojans. He said USC is in California. He said Carolina is in Chapel Hill. Because when you think Carolina, he said the only university that matters in the state of Carolina itself is Clemson. Now, and I like that. He said USC is in California. Carolina is in Chapel Hill. Are you talking about the best team in the state of South Carolina? Oh, that would be Clemson. But now here's the thing. He writing a big check. Let me just go ahead and put this out. I cannot stand Dabo Swinney. Dabo Swinney get on my nerves. Mr. Bring Your Own Guts and all that other kind of stuff. I don't know Dabo Swinney. I'm just talking about him as a coach. I don't know him as a person. Might be, Dabo Swinney one time had on an orange blazer with an orange polo, orange shorts, white socks. I said, get the hell out of here. You got a blazer with some shorts? So yeah, I hope that Shane Beamer beats Dabo Swinney, dances in the locker room. Because Dabo used to, when Dabo had Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence and Dexter Lawrence and all those guys, Isaiah Simmons, he danced. When last time we seen him dance? He don't dance no more. Mm-hmm. Different world right now. Because he ain't going to the ACC championship game. That would be SMU or Miami. Life has changed for him. But I do hope the Gamecocks get a big upset because, like he say, USC is in California. The only Carolina that's in Chapel Hill. Okay, all right, cool.
I like a little trash talk. I'm from Miami. We know how to trash talk a little bit. I kind of like that a little bit, but but I'm with you though. I want the Gamecocks obviously beat Clemson in this matchup. I love it. All right, let's go to the NFL. It's Thanksgiving, so I figure we talk at least about the Thanksgiving games, and then of course the couple good ones from Sunday. So let's go first to the 1 o'clock when I don't know, depends on what time you eat, but probably you're gonna start eating around this time. Bears at Lions. Lions overall 105, 78-5 against the Bears. They split last year 28-13 for the Bears, and Lions won 31-26. Bears actually lead the series on Thanksgiving 10-8. Last time they played was in 2021. The Bears won on Thanksgiving 16-14. The Bears overall actually are 16-14-2 on Thanksgiving Day, and the Lions are 37-44-2 all time. I could ask who wins, but I already know what you're going to say, obviously. So what do you think of this matchup?
I wanted to be competitive. I want Chicago, especially that defense, to put pressure on Jared Goff. Here's the thing, though. If you put pressure on Jared Goff, then he's going to hand the ball off to Montgomery. Then he's going to hand the ball off to Gibbs, right? And here comes St. Brown just blocking the hell out of some DB, just going crazy. I think the Lions they are so much in the, like the persona of Coach Campbell. I mean, Coach Dave Campbell, it's like this guy just understands, look, man, we don't want to leave no doubt. We on a crash course to the NFC Championship game and the Super Duper Bowl. So, but I do want Chicago to be competitive. I want to see Caleb Williams take another step. I want to see him, get the ball out, get the ball out to Allen, get the ball out to Adula, get the ball out to Moore, hand the ball off to DeAndre Swift, and committing those guys. And on defense, go out, go out there and earn your money, because the thing about Detroit plays with the spirit of Kansas City. That means we don't care how it looks, we just want to win. But if you do something stupid, we will embarrass you. That's how Kansas City plays. We don't care how it looks, but if you do something dumb, we'll throw a 50 burger on you.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, and here's the thing: don't nobody want that turkey leg. Give me that what is it? That blueberry cobbler. I want that. That thing be looking good.
Ooh, all right. Before we close, we're going to talk a little bit about side dishes and your favorites. But all right, let's go to the the Giants at the Cowboys. The Cowboys overall lead the series 76-47-2. They've won 7 in a row and 14 out of the last 15 against the Giants. Last time they played was late September, 20-15. Cowboys are 2-0 against the Giants on Thanksgiving. Last time they played was in 2022. The Cowboys won 28-20. Cowboys are 33-22-1 all time on Thanksgiving, and the Giants are 5-6-3. So what do you think? Who wins this one and why?
Well, man, you talking about a pick 'em. I mean, think about this. We got a Giants-Cowboys game with DeVito and Rush Cooper. It's like, look at these quarterbacks. God. Oh, now, this is a pride game. For me, I do think Dallas gets the win because they are at home, but I do not trust the Cowboys. I do not trust them one bit. The Cowboys, listen, if you are a Cowboys fan, you need to put it in your will that they need to be your pallbearer so they can let you down one last time, okay? But they're going to let you down. They're going to do it. I just hope, DeVito, the quarterback, John DeVito, he goes out there and says, look, neighbors, I'm going to get you the rock. I'm going to get it to you early and all that. It's going to be Neighbors versus Diggs. But what's scary is who going to block Michael Parsons? Who going to block him? Because he's coming now. Mm-hmm. Young man can rush the passer. I'm going to go with Dallas. I'm going to see how many times they show Jerry Jones. I guarantee you Joe Buck and Troy Aikman going to be on the call. Troy Aikman is in his contract. I only want to do Cowboys games. So I can say, when I was a Cowboy, shut up, Troy. We get it. Good Lord. We know. And I want to see how star-studded the sideline's going to be. All these fake, never been a Dallas Cowboy fan a day in your freaking life, LeBron. You're not a Cowboys fan. I'm just saying it right now. Stop it. I'm going to be looking for Dez Bryant. I'm going to be looking for Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, guys that played for the Cowboys. Not these, your Cowboy jersey just came out the pack. I can smell it. Brand new. Get out of here, man. But I do think the Cowboys, because if they lose, I'm going to tell Michael Parsons this one time. You're going to cost a lot of money. We ain't going to pay you to lose with you. We'll just try to get some trade value for you. Now, somebody's going to have to pay you some money. I'm just saying. This might be, I'm not
You kind of dug the analysis out for me because the fact is I think the difference in this matchup is just the Cowboys defense is better than the Giants defense is. So that's who I'll take. Obviously at home as well plays a little part in that also. And the fact is the Cowboys own the Giants. I mean, there's no getting around that. So yeah, I like the Cowboys in this. And it's funny. I meant to bring it up earlier. You bring it up Jerry Jones and them showing him. They do show him all the time. And it's funny because everyone and their mama want to complain about looking at Taylor Swift, but they don't complain about looking at that old ass Jerry Jones. Like, I mean, it's just crazy to me. So it's funny how you brought that up.
Jerry Jones. Well, Jerry Jones, I don't know what they was on. Jerry Jones sitting there with what he had, like a sausage biscuit. And people think he'll pull out some jelly. He pulled out some salt, and people was like, "Man, he should be putting all that salt on his sandwich." You know how old Jerry Jones is? You know, he's eating a salt sandwich. You don't care.
You're ready to go.
You don't care.
He's like, add some cheese on this thing.
Yeah, man. That's too much salt, sir. Really? Give me some more salt.
All right, let's go to the nightcap. America's team, the Miami Dolphins at the Green Bay Packers. Yes, I know it's gonna be cold, blah blah blah. Dolphins 10-6 all time against the Packers. They've never played on Christmas Day against the Packers, or excuse me, on Thanksgiving Day against Packers. But the last time they actually played, it was on Christmas Day. That was in 2022. The Packers won 26-20. I'll never forget it because we were all hanging out, having a good time. And then all of a sudden, we were beating the Packers up a little bit in the first half. And then Aaron Rodgers started feeling himself a little bit. And that's how they came back and won. They won 3 in a row in the matchup. Like I said, the first time they were played on Thanksgiving. The Dolphins all time on Thanksgiving are 5-2. The Packers are 14-18-2 all time on Thanksgiving. All right. Who wins and why?
I'm gonna go with America's team for everything you just said. If you are Tua, if you are Jalen Waddle, Jonnu Smith, like Jalen Ramsey, and the list goes on, A-Chain and Mostert and those guys, bro, we got to win when it's cold, man. Because if we are going to get to the playoffs, we're going to have to go somewhere cold. We would love to get a dome team, but we'll end up getting somewhere cold, like Buffalo, right? Like Baltimore, like Pittsburgh, like Kansas City. It's 19 degrees. 19 degrees ain't the coldest, but it's cold now. 19 degrees is cold, and that wind get to blowing. But we got to do this. This is all mental for us. Top to bottom, we meet the talent threshold. I don't think Jordan Love is a better quarterback than Tua. They don't have a receiver on the roster for Green Bay that can touch Waddle and freaking Cheetah. Jonnu Smith is one of the best tight ends in football right now when you're getting him to rock. We talk about the two-headed monster up there with Detroit. They got a two-headed monster with Miami. Play with it if you want to, and I think this Dolphins defense plays off the offense. When the offense is clicking, the defense go out there and take more chances. I like the Dolphins. Listen, I said something on X. What they gonna say now? So we went in the cold. Oh well, you say we can't win when it gets cold. When the temperature drops, our game doesn't go up. I think it's something different. Mike McDaniels, look, man. You need to get you a haircut. So you looking crazy as hell on the sideline. I don't know what's going on. I don't get it. When you're stressed, we get it. Come on now. You be looking like the Mad Hatter out there. Just crazy stuff. But I got the Dolphins in this matchup. And they think because they got the Dolphins at night, because it gets a little colder at night. Go out there and I don't want to see nobody with no sleeves on. This ain't the Tom Coughlin game now. They was up there in Green Bay. Now, good guy. His face is all red. It ain't going to be like that. It ain't gonna be like that. I got America's team getting a win against the Green Bay team that's playing good football. But sometimes you got to tell Green Bay, listen, Green Bay, we respect y'all, but calm down. Just calm down.
Yeah. So all right, here I go. First I want to start off by saying, like, this was my dream matchup in the sense that me and my wife are on a stadium tour. Like, we always go at least one time. We go to visit a city. It's so much fun. So if you have a significant other, please do it. You get to enjoy the city, enjoy the foods of the city, and then go to the game. It's so much fun. And this was the one I always said I wanted to go to. was, I don't care if it's Dolphins. She's a big Eagles fan. If it's Eagles, fine. I don't care. But I want to go to Lambeau when it's cold and snowy and just feel that experience. And man, I can't believe this happened on Thanksgiving. I almost talked her into it like early before the season started, but she talked, it wasn't happening. All right. So anyway, whatever. I'll get off that. So I'm going to give you the reasons, and not even a homer version. I'm going to give you the reasons why not only Miami wins this matchup, but they take that cold element out, because I guess people forgot this team, when Tua was gone, became a run-heavy offense with Achane, and we got a little bit of Mostert lately, but Jalen Wright, he's the truth too. So they have a nice three-headed monster back there. Achane obviously has proven he can take a big workload as well. So either way, they can run the football. And what else are they doing that's different? And the offense, when they throw the football, it's not big downfield anymore. It's very quick, very short. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. So all this cold nonsense is silly, because this team has reverted into a team that can play in cold weather. So that is why you can take the cold elements out of it. I just feel like this team is the hot one right now. We're getting hot at the right time. And not to say Green Bay's not hot. Don't get it twisted. Obviously, that was a big game against the 49ers, against a Brock Purdy-less 49ers. So I'm not really concerned about it. 49ers are not your dad's 49ers team anymore. That defense has shown lots of leaks, and obviously the offense has been struggling. So I'm not taking much out of that. So we'll see you on Thursday. I can't wait. All right, let's go. Eagles at Ravens on Sunday. Ravens lead the series 3-1 knockout on the 2020. They played last. I was on the Ravens one. Sorry, 30-28. It was 2 in a row for the Ravens. All right, who wins this one and why? Could be a Super Bowl preview.
It could. What do they say? The unstoppable force meets the immovable object, or whatever they be saying. This is from every running back. If you play running back, love running back, don't like them, you need to watch this game. You need to see what a running back does for an entire team, not just an offense. How they can control the flow of the game, the speed of the game, the tempo of the game, right? Play calling, because you got this mutant known as Derrick Henry, who don't nobody want to hit him, and then you got this. I mean, because Saquon Barkley is shorter than Derrick Henry. He's not a little guy. He's like 225, 230, but he nice. And I think both of those guys are gonna say, "Hey man, put it on my back today. Let me lead y'all there." And this is gonna come down to what team that makes the least amount of mistakes. I got the Ravens, because I think the thing about Lamar Jackson that people don't give him enough credit for is he's already run 2 regular season MVPs. When he shared the field with outside of Patrick Mahomes, when the Josh Allen, he said, "Look, man, I don't think he's better than me." When you start talking about Justin Herbert, I don't think he's better than me, right? And I just think Joe Burrow, I don't think this guy's better than me, man. I like Jalen Hurts. He ain't Lamar. Now the X factor in this game, I don't think it's going to be Saquon or Derrick Henry, even though they're going to be key factors. His name is A.J. Brown. You can't be nothing with him. A.J. Brown is a bully receiver. Marlon Humphrey. Boy, you better be ready, because he's going to come right at you. Now, the trash talking is going to be the all-time high. His name is Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He talking trash right now. He talks trash in his dreams. That's just what he does. But I do got the Ravens. I already know you're going to be going with the Eagles. You a smart man. Listen, happy wife, happy life, happy spouse, happy house. We get all those things. But I just think that, right now Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are going to establish themselves and saying, listen, man, we know what y'all are to the NFC East. We know what y'all are to the NFC. But for people who don't understand, I think, I could be wrong, I think Lamar Jackson has only lost to an NFC team one time. I think he's only lost to the NFC like one time. I got to check the record, but his record against the NFC, it is nasty. It is ridiculous. It's like Patrick Mahomes' record in the AFC West. He don't lose that much to the NFC. I could be wrong, but I think he's only lost to the NFC like one time since he's been in the league. Something crazy.
23-3 all time.
Oh, okay, 23-3.
Nasty, nonetheless.
That's still crazy.
That's nasty.
That's crazy.
That's super nasty. Good point there. Listen, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Not just happy wife, happy life. We talked about on the Blonde Blitz. The fact of the matter is, both these offenses are both really good. But the equalizer in the matchup is the Eagles' defense is really good, and the Ravens is not. Jalen Carter is absolutely nasty. I think he got froze, Ben. So you might want to come back in. But Jalen Carter is the absolute truth. Every week we're sending, I said wife loves the Eagles, so we watch every Eagles game. The truth of the matter is the Eagles are absolutely nasty on defense, and that's why they're going to win this matchup. And it's a great matchup indeed, but I just think the Eagles defense will make a play or two when it matters, and that's, of course, how they'll win the matchup. All right, let's see. Hopefully we get Ben back in here. Let's see if we can finish it up with the 49ers at the Bills. The 49ers all-time lead this series. Sorry, I was trying to see if I can get Ben back. The Bills lead this series 7-6. Last time they played was in 2020. The Bills won 34-24, and they have won 2 in a row in the series. I think the facts are, we were talking about teams being hot. The Bills are it. They, I think prior to the season, I thought that was the team that probably regressed the most in the AFC East. Obviously, the Patriots, where they were just already regressed. But I thought they were going to, with the losses on defense, Jordan Poyer coming to America's team, and all the losses that they had, it was Stephon Diggs now being off the offense. I thought for sure that this Bills team is going to take a big step back, and they certainly have not. It's almost like a big step forward. They're playing really good and a really hot time. So you got to love the Bills right now, and especially in this matchup, the way the 49ers have been struggling. Even if Brock Purdy is back this week, he's going into Buffalo, which is not, I'm sure, a fun place to play. In a very rowdy environment. I hadn't checked the weather, but I'm sure it's going to be a little bit of climate in that one. I actually think it does say a little chance of something in there. So, again, just not a good matchup for the 49ers, especially going into Buffalo late in the year. Usually we end the show with Ben Skadoop. Here he comes. He got me struggling over here, waiting for a comeback. All right, here he is.
There we go.
All right, so I just did my analysis on the 49ers versus the Bills. What do you think? Who do you think wins that one?
Is Brock Purdy playing? Is he playing?
He's questionable. He may according like Deb saying
I don't
that.
think he'll matter though. I don't think he'll matter if he did.
That's what I said.
I kind of try to make 49ers fans feel good. Is Brock Purdy playing? I think that the Bills are a team that's playing, just like we just said, what I said when it comes to the Dolphins and the mission that they own. I don't know what the Bills are playing different type of football. Josh Allen, I think they say Josh Allen's like, just give me some. Amari Cooper hasn't even been big in that offense, and they still winning. I don't know what's going on with the 49ers. And I know 49ers fans say, Kyle Shanahan, he'll be just fine. Mm-hmm. Kyle Shanahan's been to 2 Super Bowls, and he's lost to the same team twice. Right? Because one guy was, arguably the best player in the world, and you had Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy. That's not going to work. I'm just telling you. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills. 49ers, I listen, Fred Warner, if you're playing on a broke ankle, sir, you are Iron Man. Take your behind home. Broke ankle? Because you're doing the best you can, but look, man, if they can find, when it comes time for you to re-up on your contract or whatever, they'll find a way to get rid of you, Fred. I respect you. I got a broke ankle. I don't love football that much. I want my money. I don't love football that much. So I'm going with the Bills.
I love it. All right. Now, before we close out with your Skadoop of the week, I thought I'd have a little fun with you. I got a couple of Turkey Day questions for you.
Come on.
So, according to the American Pie Council,
Here we come.
What is the number one pie on Thanksgiving Day for Americans?
For Americans, I'm going to say pumpkin. It's probably pumpkin pie for Americans.
That is incorrect. It is actually, according to the American Pie Council, it is apple pie.
Okay.
Are America's favorites on Thanksgiving. All right, here's a good one though, because we're gonna go to football on this. Can you tell me? I gotta like kind of break this. I did not know any of this, but can you tell me who played on the first ever Thanksgiving Day football game? Who were the two teams?
Ever? And these are dome teams, right? I would hope. The first, man. I'm gonna say Dallas and Detroit.
Okay, so I didn't look up the NFL. I just looked up fun Thanksgiving facts. It was actually not NFL. The tradition actually started with college teams, and it started in the year 1876 when Hill went and played at Princeton. So there you go.
Smart guys. What you smart guys don't think that we have a game to play? Okay.
I mean, honestly, that was like one of my family traditions. Every time we every time we had Thanksgiving, we always played football. That was like a thing. So I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, if I had, back in those days too, it's probably a little more, laid back, I guess, if you will. So, well, I mean, laid back as far as getting close to the, your family close and all that. Obviously not laid back on a field because they wasn't wearing nothing on their heads or anything. But, all right. So, we got one more fun fact here. See how I can question this one to you. So, Benjamin Franklin. Oh, I fucked it up already. He wanted to name. He apparently wanted the turkey to be the national bird. So I was going to ask you that.
What?
Yes.
A bird that only comes. Listen, a bird that only comes out twice. We don't know what a turkey is. I know what. Like a turkey is like a pumpkin. Like, listen, ain't nobody dealing. Listen, cranberry sauce. You're only dealing with it twice a year. That's Christmas and Thanksgiving. Turkeys, wherever they at, we getting rid of them. Like, man, come on, you coming to my plate. Twice a year. So, hey, man, the national bird. Okay, cool. Gobble.
All right, but I found a question. All right, here we go. You ready for this one? This will be the last one in case we're bored, anyone. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Always wanted a classic thing. Sit around when I was a kid, watched it. Yay, whatever, right? So we obviously, the popular balloons. You've seen the balloons all the time. Which balloon has made the most appearances on the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Oh my God. Which one has made that? They got a bunch of balloons. Which one has made it? See, that's a good one too. Which one has made it the most? God, I can't even think of none of these freaking balloons now. Well, who is it? Because I'm gonna be mad when you tell me.
It's Snoopy. Snoopy made his debut as a balloon in 1968. Throughout the years, the bagel has represented by a total of 7 balloons, making 39 appearances on and off through 2015. So there you go.
If you had a chance to be in the Macy's Day Parade, and they're gonna say, Commissioner, you got invited. You're gonna have to have a float. You're gonna have to have a balloon. What would your balloon be?
That's interesting. What would my balloon be? I think it would be. I don't know. It'd be something Miami Dolphin-ish, color-ish. Something in that range. I don't know.
I mean, if you had, oh man, if I had to have a balloon in a parade or something, it would. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I see. I'm older now. See, if I'm younger, I would did something disrespectful. My mom, you better go out there with that balloon. Yeah, I am. It was somebody. She was somebody a bird or something. But now, my kids are watching. I don't know. But I used to live. I lived up there in Jersey for like 4 years, and I used to work in New York. And the Macy's Day Parade. People lose their freaking minds. They really do. Rain or shine. Michael Strahan and Nate Burleson, they go by this saying we are sitting here live in New York City. Man, go home. It's cold as hell out here.
So funny quick story. The one that they show on ABC, one year I went the the Disney one. I accidentally went to Disney when they were doing it. I didn't even know it was happening. So basically, what they told us was that we could sit up in the front, and be seen, but it wasn't like an actual parade. They came in, they brought the float in, and then they filmed it, and then it was next, and then the float came in, and I was like, "Yo, this is not how they show it on TV. This is crazy." So anyway, all right. So listen, we're gonna close it out with Ben Skadoop of the week. But check us out on Friday. Eat your leftovers, because I got some Chief Derrick Henry, Jaden Daniels, and I got my boys Saquon and Pat Mahomes cooking up turkey for you on Friday night. Got the leftovers coming for you. We're going to break down Week 12 fantasy, get all your fantasy lineup set. And obviously, we'll talk about the Thursday games, which hopefully I'll be in a good mood to talk about. All right, let's go. Let's close things out with Ben Skadoop of the week.
He's got Ben Troupe at the 15, at the 10, hurdles the man, spins to the 5. Oh my, still on his feet, still pounding to the goal line. He's going to score.
What up, my good people, man? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Listen, I appreciate you guys taking the time every week on No Weddings in the Fall, myself and Commissioner Cooper. But look, Thanksgiving is here. I got to give y'all some rules. We're going to have Thanksgiving tomorrow. Turkey, ham, dressing, stuffing, mac and cheese, cranberry sauce. But this ain't about the food the day of. People ask, how many days do I get to eat Thanksgiving leftovers? The day after, that's good. 2 days after, that's good. So, we're talking about Thursday, Friday, that's good. Saturday, okay. Now we pushing it. Sunday, depending on if you eating leftovers on Monday, you got worms. That's nasty. And if you are eating mac and cheese, right, and you ain't put it in an oven, you do not cook mac and cheese on the stove top, and you pour a little powder in there and stir it. That is not mac and cheese. That is for children. Listen, the day after is cool. 2 days is cool. Sunday is pushing it. Monday, you got worms. I am being true. This is No Weddings in the Fall. You do you. I'm going to be true. Check your stomach if you're eating this stuff on Monday. I'm just saying, but happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate you guys.